Welcome to round 4, playing against Flex X, who pretty much always plays some sort of Esper deck. This hand is pretty good. It at least has a curve and ways to draw cards, so we're fine with it. Stab Wound. Yeah, he's on like the Auramancer Esper deck, I remember. Kills both of our early creatures. We have a bunch of blanks and Divination. Divination draws us 2 Shore Stalkers, which is pretty good. Read the Bones, his first Guild Gate. Yeah. Bunch of other 1 toughness guys. Easy to kill guys. Nullify is pretty good. Kills his Sea Skite. Sea Skite's an interesting card. It's not good. I keep trying to play it because I think I'm going to just it's going to be a removal spell and then a win con. It's just not worth it though. It's not big for its cost and costs too much and doesn't really eat that much. So nullifying the Sea Skite and then getting an Auramancer resolved and stab wounding our guy kind of sucks. But he puts it on Frostburn Weird, which is just kind of easy for us to deal with. We've gained a ton of life from Devour Flesh and Last Breath, so he's down to 8. He's actually really low. He has to reap. He has only got 1 Might mana, so he kind of has to Deputy into Auramancer, into Stab Wound, and Ditch. He won't even tap out to try to kill our guy this turn, so he'll let us get some 1 extra point of damage in by Psychic Striking. So now he's going to Stab Wound kill our guy, but he is down to 5. 2 cards in hand though. Another counter. We need to draw. Oh, we can't win now. There's like no way. Yeah. Crypt Incursion. Yeah. Maybe we can't win. I should have scooped already. Why did I not? Why am I not scooping? My time is valuable and precious. I guess it's because this is a win-in to the top 8. So I figure I gotta do my best to try to win this game and the match. But it's just painfully obvious I can't win this game. So game 2. Again, all my sideboard, pretty much the whole thing is pretty solid. Of course I'm playing first. Yep. Guess we mold to 6. Kept. Looks like a pretty crappy hand. We have to hit land, otherwise we're not curving out and doing anything. Alright. Pretty bad. We just passed. I was too scared of Essence Scatter and Psychic Strike. But he played Read the Bones, so that it let us resolve a Stealer Secrets, but then he just played removal anyway. Played Codfin, tried to follow it up with Stealer to evolve it. Has the Scatter, so again, he Last Breaths our Cloudfin, which is really bad. Because it's not doing anything, so there's no real point in Last Breathing it at that point. We scatter a Merchant, but we can block. He Shrivels post blocks, which is just insane. He Psychic Strikes our Frostburn Weird, so we can't even block this 2/4 anymore. Double Auramancer, that's a big game. So what did he get back? Nothing. He had no auras. Again, his deck is just too many like 2-ofs and too many non-impactful cards. Like, if you're gonna play any Auramancers at all, like, get your value what it's worth, you know? Like, if you're gonna play Grey Merchant in a deck, play it in a Black Devotion deck. Like, being too lose to, just, it's not scary. I would have thought he had Deputy of Acquittals in that spot, but really he's just trying to kill our Frostburn Weird, which, again, Nullify is just insanely good against. You kind of see the effect of this razor tip whip. 2 unblockable every turn. Getting him in for extra. He's trying to dramatic rescue. Get that out of here. I don't want you to gain life. I don't want you to have any chance of crawling back in this game. Again, so we're just racing. The fact that he keeps attacking me back like this and not leaving back the Gray Merchant is kind of insane. Unless he has like another merchant, but now he has to Devour Flesh himself. This is really, this is a horrible misplay by me. I think, he's got, see, if Devour Flesh was his last card, this is a good play. But he has one other card in hand. So when I go to counter Devour Flesh, it gives him opportunity to obviously, land Crypt Incursion. He gains 15 instead of gaining 4, and he doesn't have to sack one of his own guys. So it doesn't matter what guy he sacks, he's just going to die. You know? So that was a horrible play by me. Like, really bad. And I think my problem was I just didn't think it through. Again, a lot of plays at this point in the game when you're down to 1 to 2 card in hand, you should be catastrophizing, which is to say, what happens if the worst possible thing possible happens? What should I do in that scenario? Because it's, if any other scenario is the case, we win and we're fine. So, really interesting to see him gain 11 extra life and have basically save a creature. But he plays Read the Bones into double Razor Tip Whip, so I will just whip him out, and when Read the Bones responds, he will die. On to game 3. On the winning end. 1 land hand. Okay, shipped it. This hand's fine. Interesting. He's got all of his colors. I'm scared to play Warwing Siren into like Psychic Striker, Essence Scatter, so I definitely play Divination first. I think Font of Return. That card's a complete blank. Really bad against me. Whip resolves. This game's easy. Read the Bones. He's not doing anything. We're whipping him. Again, he keeps holding open Essence Scatter, so I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to keep whipping you. I want to get these whips to resolve. You know, I think he has Essence Scatter, so I'm just going to keep resolving whips, even though it is not the best because I'm missing damage on the whips in play. And I'm not evolving my Cloud Fins, which means I'm missing on-board damage. But in my opinion, he just has Essence Scatter. Or the way I'm playing it, he just has it. And so now I'm hitting for 3 unblockable per turn. If you look at me right now, I've drawn really bad. Basically because my mana is tied up in these whips, and I can't do anything else. He keeps holding open blue mana. So I don't want to take a turn off from whipping him just to get my spell scattered, because that's like free mana usage for him. So I'll just keep saying go. You know, if I would have hit 1 or 2 lands and didn't have 7 cards in hand that are complete blanks, that would be pretty nice. Oromancer, get back Stab Wound. I guess I nullify. That resolves. Again, nullify. He can race me back if he gets too many creatures in play going. So again, I lose 2 damage there, which actually slows down my clock. So I had a 3-turn clock. I still have a 3-turn clock, so I lost 1 turn. And that's assuming that I tap out. And again, I have to counter Merchant. And I'm very lucky that he doesn't counter back, but he can always Font of Return to get it back. The fact that he doesn't right there when I was tapped out is interesting to me. So Devour Flesh is his own guy to go up to 7. That's pretty brutal, which means he can Shrivel's my guy, so now I have no creatures. Now, Shrivel would have been really bad if I landed my Warwing Siren and actually had a 1/2 Cloudfin Raptor. But he has a second Merchant, which is really brutal for me. Because now, sure, I'm whipping him to 7, but I have no mana. Like, I can't do anything with the plan that I chose. I chose to start whipping him, and he's just gaining all of this life. So finally, when I decide to Warwing Siren, what does he have? Of course, he has Scatter. So I go to negate it, but again, it took all my turn. So I didn't deal 3 damage to that turn. I gave him all this time to basically pop the font, and what does he get to do? He gets to play a Merchant this turn. He actually gets to play Merchant. But he doesn't. Instead, he goes Auramancer Stab Wound. That's insane. Like, he should have just landed Merchant. I have 5 cards in hand. For all he knows, I have 4 Essence Scatter and 2 more Nullifies in my deck. Like, that was pretty loose. But I don't, so I have to tap out. He plays Auramancer again. I guess I would go Stab, Font, then Merchant. Yeah. At this point, there's not a single way I can win. I just didn't draw enough lands with whips. When I made my game plan to try to, whip him to death, I got him close. I did get him close, but it maybe would have been better to just run that Essence Scatter out of his hand earlier in the game, or try to take a turn off from dealing damage to him to cast that 2 Divinations in my hand, trying to hit another land. Overall, pretty misplayed or just poor strategy game, given that he has plenty of life gain spells, Devour Flesh, Last Breath, and Grey Merchant. It was close, but not really. He felt pretty safe the whole time, I bet. So yeah, that's the end of the Swiss. Stay tuned for the top 8. Even though we went 2-2 and lost our winning, and we made top 8. It's magical. Not because our tiebreakers were good either.